Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? Don't you like the way we are? Don't you like the way we are? I said Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? Apollonia. Don't you like the way we are? Apollonia. Yo, don't you like the way we are? Don't you like the way we are? Don't you like the way we are? Say Apollonia. All right, all right, all right. Power Monday all up in your area. Now I realize it's 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's actually the next day. Technically, it is. Technically, it is. Technically, it is. Technically, it is the 19th of May. But we still have some unfinished business on the 18th of May, which was Monday, Power Monday. And I want to say happy Power Monday to all of y'all, each and everybody, each and every one of y'all. And so tonight on the daily, the daily Go Get 'Em Ism show, we are talking about family tragedy looters. Family looters, baby. Family looters. What are family looters, y'all? Come on now. Come on now. What are family looters? Family looters. As soon as somebody gets terminally ill, or is going to be in a hospital or hospice or rehab for months, or for an undetermined amount of time, but longer than a day, longer than a week, long enough for people to go in and take what they want and possibly not be, have it accounted for or missed or whatever. Family looters, when somebody passed in the family, and all of their stuff is fair game. So people come through and they start rummaging. All kinds of pictures go missing. All kinds of jewelry go missing. All kinds of stuff, whatever they had, whatever their estate was. People who know that they're probably not on a list of heirs, Heirs, to be left something, they take what they can get. Well, my sister would have wanted me to have this. I gave this to my brother a long time ago, so I should have it, blah, blah. But they ain't asking, can they have it? They going in, they sneaking in, and literally taking the stuff. Family looters. And these are the kind of things that can separate a family. These are the kind of things that happen that can have people not talking to each other for the rest of their lives. Family tragedy looters. And these things don't only happen in sickness and death. They happen when somebody goes to jail too. Sometimes other business associates, like let's say a drug dealer goes to jail, gets sentenced, or just gets arrested, and they know that it's going to be hard for them to make bail anytime soon. People are going and rob them. They know they got money in drugs, money in drugs, money in drugs, money in. I know they got money in drugs, money in drugs. He got money in drugs, money in drugs, money in drugs. He got money in drugs, money in drugs. Where's safe? I say he got money in drugs, money. And who gonna stop him when a bunch of thugs are coming in to rob, loot, whatever? Everybody that's in the drug dealer's family is not a drug dealer. Is not a thug. Is not equipped to protect themselves or defend themselves. So, ain't nobody there minding the store, baby. Ain't nobody there minding the store. So, yo, what's going on, T. Carry? Right, morning, noon, and night. It's always great to have my people going directly into your site. And Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez, Señorita Ramirez. What's going on? And who is this? Canadian Sizzle. Canadian Sizzle, who needs his demons gone. I don't know. Run from him. If you can get away from your demons, everything's going to be all right. Everything is going all right. You know what? Fuck it. We can help. We can help. Let's exorcise the demon. We gonna exorcise the demon. You know what I mean? Canadian Sizzle needs help, y'all. Canadian Sizzle needs help. So let's help Canadian Sizzle. Come on, Canadian Sizzle. We're gonna exorcise the demon. 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 Exorcise the demon. Let's go. I said exorcise the demon. Exorcise the demon. Exorcise the demon. Just let's go. Exorcise the demon. Exorcise the demon. Exorcise the demon. Let's go. Exorcise the demon. Exorcise the demon. Exorcise the demon. Let's go. Whoa. We ain't in stereo. I said, hold on. There we go. We good? Levels is good. Levels is good. I said exercise the demon. Exercise the demon. Exercise the demon. Let's go. Exercise the demon. Exercise the demon. Exercise the demon. Let's go. Let's get out the demon. Exercise the demon. Let's get out the demon. Let's go. Exercise. Exercise. Exercise the demon. Let's go. Exercise the demon. Exercise the demon. Exercise the demon. Let's go. Exercise. 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 Let's go. Let's cool out the demon. Let's cool out the demon. Let's cool out the demon. Let's go. Let's cool out the demon. Let's cool out the demon. Let's cool out the demon. Let's go. Let's cool out the demon. Let's cool out the demon. Let's cool out the demon. Let's go. Let's increase the demon. Let's increase the demon. Let's increase the demon. Let's go. Let's increase the demon. Let's increase the demon. Let's increase the demon. Let's go. Let's eliminate the demon. Let's eliminate the demon. Let's eliminate the demon. Let's go. Let's go. I hope that helps, son. I mean, I did what I could. If you still got the demon after all of that, if you still got the demon and all of that, then you just on demon time. You on demon time, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like we tried to exercise the demon. We tried to exercise the demon on the God. Wasn't working. Wasn't working. You just gonna have to embrace your demonhood. He's just gonna have to embrace, enjoy it. Uh. All right, we good. Levels is 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 good. It's the Daily Go Getimism Show all up in your area. I'm your host, Sun752, aka Omar with the rrrr. And if you can't say Omar with the rrrr, well, then you just say Omar with the R. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show, we are talking about family tragedy looters. What do y'all know about family tragedy looters? I need y'all to hit that like button. Do not start fronting on the 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 like button. Do not start fronting. What? On the like button. Just do not start fronting. Yo, hit goddamn like button. Sheesh. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo. All right, so y'all get what we're talking about tonight. Family tragedy looters. Your family's coming through. They feel like they have the right to your stuff, and they coming through taking it because you're no longer here amongst the living, because you have been sentenced to 30 years, because you are sick. What they call it? What they call it in church? You are sick and shut in, and you ain't at the crib, and you have a lifetime of objects that people want. You know who wants it? Your family, your friends, extended family, neighbors, everybody coming through stealing shit. Yeah, man, it's a shame what happened to homeboy. Yeah, you know, he worked all his life, gave 35 years to the railroad. Man, I hope he pulled through. Well, I'm glad he's in a better place. I'm glad he's in a better place. Oh, yeah, I brought my wife fried some chicken. She fried some chicken. Fried some chicken. Fried some chicken and shit. I'll be back. See my silhouette? Family tragedy looters, baby. Listen, my man Vontago Smith, what's good? And my man Knife Gate, what? My man Knife Gate, what's going on, my brother? What's going on? What's going on? And who that? Tia Acosta? Tia Acosta, what's good? How y'all feeling, man? So, do y'all understand the essence? You know, do you understand the metaphoric phrase, light as a rock? Yes, my brother. But I would consider the light as a rock to be a simile because the usage of the word as. You know what I'm saying? I am the light as a rock, Lyllyt. I said, I am the light as a. All right. So that's where we going with it. That's where we going with it tonight. Now, although I have made comedy and a little light of the situation, it's serious shit. Because, you know, when there's a death in a family, when there's a tragedy in the situation, in a family situation or whatever, you know, and the person who is either passed on or is sick or incapacitated or not available, Um, and they don't have people, they don't have enough people or the right people there to hold it down for them. If they should ever come back, they're not going to be able to have the things that they left with, which they are entitled to because they paid for them, or the right family members who should be there and have access to the stuff they don't get with what they have coming to them. And that ain't right. We gonna talk about it tonight. I said, that ain't right. We gonna talk about it tonight. I said, that ain't right. We gonna talk about it. So, we. Let's go. I'm gonna go over here and get my seat. That's what I'm gonna do. Diallo. That's what I'm gonna do. Diallo. That's what I'm gonna do. Diallo. All right, so. What's up? What's up, my peoples? What's up, my loves and lovettes? You know what I'm saying? What's good? I guess that would be loves and lovers. Yeah, family tragedy looters. If any of you have had a death in the family, you probably know what I'm talking about. You know, goo gobs of family and friends coming over the crib, bringing food, maybe bringing drinks, you know, trying to comfort the family. But in the midst of people comforting the family, there are also people who are opportunistic coming through and robbing the family, taking from the family. I can't say borrowing from the family because they have no intentions of bringing any of this stuff back. Many people are over the crib hoping that you will offer them some of the things that they want. You know, it might seem like you have things that are there in abundance, and you know you don't even want all that stuff. Clothes. Don't let a sharp dresser, a snappy dresser in the family. Hold on, do we have a cowler? We did. Hold on, I didn't see no cowler. Let me see. Hold on. Hold on, I got you, Miss Wims. I got you, Miss Wims. I got you. I got you. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. What up, Shars? What's good?
Hello?
You good?
Are you good?
Man, you know what I mean? I'm doing what I do. You know, I might, even if I ain't good, I'm good. I'm going to be good enough. I'm going to be good enough. You know what I mean? Can't nobody fuck with me. Ain't nobody going to do nothing. What's up with you?
Hey, chat. Hey, family.
Oh, so you don't give a fuck about me. You're just going to skip over me, right? All right. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. I got a capacity limit from my crib anyway. In the result of my past, in the result or in the event of my in the event of my passing, we only letting them in. We only letting them in 3 at a time, so we can keep an eye on everybody.
We're not talking about that kind of stuff. No.
Tonight we are.
Not about yours, no, or any of ours.
Oh shit!
You're right now.
Listen, it can happen to anybody, and it will happen. It will happen to everybody. So, just know, you know, should you make it down to Philly in the event of my passing, you got to come in 3s. You are one of the 3. So if you got a +1, let us know in advance. we got people stationed by the bedroom and the bathroom. So if anybody's planning to go to the try to sneak in the bedroom under the guise of going to the bathroom, yeah, well, excuse me, the bathroom is right there. Yeah, by the banister, the railing. Fuck out of here, go in there. You be in time too.
I was just coming to get Crystal, that's all.
Well, we already have plans for Crystal for you know.
All right.
For if worse comes to worse.
All right.
So, how was your day? How's everything going for you? You good? You all right?
I'm good. We had a storm here today. And I'm just trying to, yeah. Anyway, I'm good.
Good. Goosey Game says, why are you dressed like a grown 8-year-old? First of all, I happen to like this shirt. I just got this shirt. I happen to like it. I like stripes. I like patterns. You know what I'm saying? I'm offended. Maybe if I didn't have it buttoned up to the top, which I like, maybe I would look like maybe a 12-year-old. Let me see.
But you know what? I like the shirt. But let me tell you what it reminds me of. And it's only because I just recently watched it. But I don't know if you watched Mad TV when it was out.
I did. I watched it.
Michael McDonald plays Stewart.
Okay.
And I just watched the episode last night where Stewart had on a shirt like that. He was in his tighty whities, them socks pulled up to his knees and shoes, and he had on a shirt kind of like that.
Okay.
That's what it reminds me of. It's cute. It's a nice shirt though.
Cool. Well, Goosey Game says with it unbuttoned at the top, it looks better. So now I guess I'm authorized. Now I look 12, maybe 13. I'm a pre-adolescent. You know what I'm saying? Good. Moving in, doing my thing. Yeah. I was 56. I was 55 before the shirt. Now I'm about to go to high school. Woohoo! I don't think any young people would be caught dead in a shirt like this today.
Nah, they wouldn't.
I mean, dead. Like, nah, Gramps. Nah, Gramps. You know what I'm saying? Button down. What is Jay-Z in 1997? Fuck out of here. All right. So this is what we talking about tonight, Kim. You know, when there's a tragedy in the family and family looters, people are coming through, they snatching, they taking, you know what I'm saying? They pickpocket on in the crib. And people, your family, your friends, people who know you, know the shit that you have. They know what they can probably get and what they probably can't get. If they know that you had cars, they know they can't get a car. How are they gonna get a car? You know what I mean? Your house itself, they know they can't get that. You probably have taken care of your business, but certain things that you had, jewelry. If somebody can find out where you had your little jewelry, or if they think that you had money, like in cash and, stashed somewhere, like they know you had a sock of cash somewhere, besides your insurance, besides your estate, besides your retirement, all of those things, little money, like we can get a couple of $100. I know under the mattress. If we can get to the mattress, he got a gun and a couple of dollars under the mattress. It's there. So, it's always good to kind of monitor and watch who you have let know where you keep certain things, because you might, hey, for real, you might keep a stash in your car. People know, stash box in the car, not because you a dope dealer or a gangster or anything like that, because, you just the type to put money away. Piggy banks. I have a car old enough to have an ashtray in it, and this you gonna get about $20 in that in the ashtray. You think somebody won't take that off my hands? I always make sure I take another look at my ashtray whenever how you go to those car washes where you're not in the car, and they vacuum and shit after you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They're gonna vacuum some of them coins.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a funny story. I've told this story on the show before, so for all of y'all who are old enough to remember this story, just chill for a second. But back in the day when I used to work with a lot of drug addict personnel, crackheads, if you will. So I used to drive them to the work site in my truck. And one time I had to get out of the car, brand new truck, and I had a bunch of change in the ashtray. I've always kept money for tolls and shit in the ashtray. So I got out of the car and I had to go into one of my tenants' houses. I don't know, to collect rent or see if they were home. Something I went inside for. And when I came back, something said, look at my ashtray, because I hadn't had a big stash, built up in the ashtray yet. But I knew the electrician dude was definitely a smoker. I looked in the ashtray, my change was gone like a motherfucker. So I said to the mother, now, first of all, me and him had like a love-hate relationship. So, I didn't particularly love him, but he was okay. I liked him. You know what I'm saying? But I knew he had sticky fingers. I said, yo, put my change back in the ashtray. He said some slick shit like, it was something like, maybe I asked him, where's my money that was in the ashtray? And he said some slick shit like, you had money in the ashtray. I said, look.
Like he didn't know.
I said, put my money back in my motherfucking ashtray. See, he couldn't get it. He couldn't do the crackhead move. That normally the way that they steal shit is they always have a third party in there that they can blame. So you can't say that it was definitely one or the other. He was the only one in the fucking truck. This was not a club cab. There wasn't nobody in the back. You know what I'm saying? He had no choice. He went in his pocket. Put my mother. I know that had to be a demoralizing moment for him. Like, fuck.
What he did, he should have kept his piles off of people's shit.
Hey, he couldn't help it. He's a fucking drug addict. This had to be like 1995. He couldn't help it. He couldn't help himself at all. So, yeah, so he put the money back in the ashtray. I was like, dude, man, come on, man. Don't... Look, I'm trying here. I'm struggling. Do not fuck this up. And so if a drug addict will loot your change in your ashtray, what do you think that your drug addict aunts, uncles, brothers, sisters, possibly moms and dads, nieces and nephews, cousins, what do you think they'll do at your crib if they know that you're going to be sick in the hospital for weeks or months? Or if you got locked up and the case ain't looking good for you? Or if you passed away and you ain't got a good enough guard at the crib? What do you think is going to happen? Oh, yeah. Oh, that Kim, that was my baby. That was my baby. That was my baby. Oh, my God. I cannot believe what happened to her. It's a tragedy. It is a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Lord, I'm going to be praying for y'all. I sure am. I'm going to be praying for you. But shit, logically, they figured, well, they don't need it where they going. I need it. So they respond in kind.
I wouldn't go well with my kid. That would not go well with my kid at all.
What? With most kids, it wouldn't go over well. With most. However, However, motherfuckers get away with this shit on a daily basis. They
Oh,
get
they
away.
wouldn't able to. They wouldn't be able to get mine. He is a different kind of monster, so it wouldn't go well.
Well, yeah, but that's not going to stop anybody from trying.
Well, I mean, whatever happens, you want to go. You
That
know,
that wouldn't stop them from trying. They gonna try. They gonna try. They gonna try. It's all
my
good.
mother's sister did that. My mother's sister did it. Oh,
What did she do?
and so let me. It's probably going to be unpopular with some people, and that's fine. Let me put the disclaimer out there.
Mm,
I don't give a damn about blood.
mm.
If you a fuck up, you a fuck up straight, period. I don't give a damn about blood. That means nothing to me. You are just related to me. Does not mean your family. So, literally, the day my mother passed, my mother transitioned, the day she transitioned, it wasn't even a good 10 hours. It wasn't even 12 hours. I don't think it was barely 6. And her sister came to my grandmother's house with a tote filled with my mother's things
Okay.
that she was taking, including something as stupid and simple as a telephone. Now, I'm not talking about a cell phone. I literally mean a hardwired telephone that my mother probably got for $5 at Dollar General. Her sister came and had that in the tote. And I was so devastated. So I wasn't completely in a place to react. But I was watching her the whole time, and in my head I'm thinking, what is going on here? What are we doing? What? And then I remember at my mother's funeral, my mother had specific jewelry that she wore every day. And going up to see her body and not seeing her jewelry and realizing that her sister took the jewelry and her excuse was because the funeral home will steal it. So that's why I took it. Never saw it again. Never saw it again.
Mm-hmm.
That was her excuse. I was like, well, we could just let them steal it if that's what it's going to do. And this same person, when my grandmother passed, the same day, once again, found herself going through taking all the stuff she wanted. My great grandfather owned a store here. And as you know, I live in a racist state. And so there was an area called Indiana Avenue, and at one time,
Wait. I'm sorry, I cut you off. You said you live in a racist state, like you could name, 49 other ones. That ain't.
well, this is the king of the clan land.
I live in Pennsylvania.
Mm-mm.
Tell a friend.
Indiana claims the title. Grand
Um.
Dragon was here. This is the place where the Grand Dragon's home was. So that's the reason why they claim it as such.
Okay.
So there was a place called Indiana Avenue where at one time it was a lot of brown-owned businesses before they treated it like Rosewood or Greenwood or whatever. And so my great grandfather had a business on Indiana Avenue. So there was a sketch made of the building. And it basically was our only piece of history to commemorate this space. And this same lady came into my grandmother's home and took that picture off the wall that had been there. That was a part of the house, basically. Took it. So she
Mm-hmm.
is definitely a death looter. She is garbage and trash. And I remember she gave me a call a couple of years ago and let it be known I'm coming. She lives in Alabama. I'm
Mm-hmm.
coming to get I'm coming to get the china cabinet and the grand piano. And I was thinking, bitch, how are you gonna get in here to get it?
Mm-hmm. So,
And so
mm-hmm.
still here in this house. I will burn this house to the ground and burn those items before she gets to touch them.
I understand. I totally understand. So, so whether they are successful in their looting attempts or whatever is besides the point. The point is that they're going to try. They're going to try, and sometimes they're going to be successful. Sometimes, they might get caught. It'll be worse it's worse when they get caught because now, shit gets family gets divided. They may have been divided in the death as it was, but they're definitely going to get divided over who should have things and stuff like that. So, we've talked on this show before about leaving a living will, a living trust, and making sure that certain things are allocated the way that they're supposed to be. And also, a lot of people have had sidebar conversations about how they want things to be. Some of those things aren't on paper. You know what I mean? So is my word against your, he say, she say, such and such would have wanted it this way. You know the kind of person that they were. You know how much they love such and such. You know how they felt about this, that, and the third. You know there's certain people that shouldn't have even gotten the death notification or the funeral notification or whatever. So yeah. When you're already left with a broken heart, and remember, this situation isn't only about, it's not only about when somebody passes away, but that's the low hanging fruit. But like I said, when people go to jail, people get locked up. There are some hustlers, some drug dealers who have been hustling and, doing their thing, getting money on the streets for decades. And then they finally get their comeuppance and get sentenced to a good long, a nice little stretch. And they may have gotten sentenced to jail before, but they may have had the proper guardrails, literal guardrails to protect their stuff. And people may have respected their kids, like, yeah, I ain't gonna, we all hustling on the street, so I ain't gonna take shit away from their kids or whatever. Now the kids ain't there. No, everything is fair game. And everybody doesn't have the same level of respect. This is in the movies, they don't like to off people in front of their kids and all of that. Sometimes on the street, hey, you gotta go, he gotta go. He'll find his mom will find him another daddy. Lucky he didn't go out too. But so yeah, this is really a serious situation. When you can't get a life back, sometimes the stuff is all that life that matters to living things, living people. That's all that matters. So this is what we have to deal with often. So family tragedy looters, people coming through taking shit, and in their mind they have convinced themselves that people don't need that shit. They don't need it. They, even the people who are left alive or whatever. Like, this is a small thing. They wasn't using this. They wasn't doing nothing with this. They got a lot of stuff. They don't have to have this. But your stuff is your stuff.
But you know what's crazy? One of the biggest arguments in my family is over pictures. And it's so ridiculous because I'm like, this is 2020 anything. And why not just let everybody get a copy of the pictures? Why do you have to be the only person with these set of pictures of children you don't fucking have? You have no children. And
Mm.
you got pictures of all of us. And you have to be the only person with these pictures instead of just letting everybody get a copy of the picture to so there's no argument. A copy of the pictures of my grandfather's store, but instead this lady has to have all of it. So it is a lot of discord in the family over pictures when it's an easy resolve. But it's not just in my family. I've noticed it in other families too. I think it's the stupidest reason to have an argument
Mm-hmm.
because this is something that's easily you can make a copy of it, distribute to everybody, but it's always one asshole who feels like they are the king or queen over the fucking pictures. They have to be the only one to have some pictures, and it's so ridiculous. And I think it's more than just. I think it's more than just the item. Sometimes I think some people are so bitter over the situation. Like I believe my mother's sister is bitter because her favorite conversation is "Daddy spoiled you," and that's my grandpa. Daddy spoiled you. That's her favorite fucking conversation with me. And I just believe she's bitter over that. And I believe she's bitter because she feels like there was some favoritism. Well, fucking was favoritism. She's
Mm.
the only one of my grandmother's children who didn't have children. So of course, and she's the only one who lived in a different state.
Okay.
Well, anybody with common sense knows when your children have children, all bets are off. The grandkids are the stars now. And if you just happen to be one without children, you are not in the running. You're not even in the game. The kids who bring the kids and give the grandbabies, those are the champions. And they don't even count once the grandkids are here.
Mm.
Because they
Okay.
are the stars. So I believe sometimes it's a bitterness in some people. And some people feel like, well, you daddy or mama treated you different or treated you better than me. So I'm owed this. You owe me. I'm owed this because I was treated less than or different.
You ain't telling nothing but the truth. And those pictures, you know, it's funny how much value pictures become, how much value pictures hold at the time of a passing. Because that's it. There ain't gonna be no new pictures. That's it. And it's like it's almost like they're stealing art, and these are exclusives. You know what I mean? These
Exactly.
are
It's
Picassos.
exactly
These are
what it is.
Leonardo da Vinci's. These are. It's just.
Well, it's the story. It's the story of your family. It's the story of your loved one. It's the story, the history that connects everybody in some kind of way.
Mhm.
It's those memories that you already have and hold on to, and some you didn't even know about. And so now this person, it's bad enough you lost the physical person,
Yeah.
but now you're taking the memories of this person too, because you self like it's something about it. It's just what is wrong with people?
Well, I think at the time of a passing, most people aren't in their right mind. They just aren't. And
I
it's
can agree with that.
yeah, and I'm not trying to make excuses for anybody, but I'm dealing with that kind of situation currently. You know, there's a situation that my family has to deal with as far as a death is concerned. People haven't been acting appropriately. I'm being nice in saying that.
Mm.
You know what I mean? People have been acting out of character. but in character at the same time, if you understand what I mean. True colors, you could call it that. It's just that the worst attributes and the true, I hate to say that. I hate saying the true nature or the true intentions or motivations of people. I don't think that those are the true intentions or motivations of people. The negative things are the true things or parts of people that come out, but they come out. They reveal themselves. They manifest themselves at that time. And because of the tragedy of the situation, it's going to have a really big impact on the people who are going through it with them. You understand what I'm saying? Like this, you're not going to forget this shit. The way that people treat you or the way that they treat somebody that you care about in these times, in times of death, in times of tragedy, in times of hurt, in times of turmoil, in times when people are down. You remember that. You remember that. Regardless of what the offender was going through, you're not going to forget that. You're not going to forget that the offender also offended. Hold on a second. That's try. The one them Kyle try. Hold on. All right. Yeah. Oh. Okay, hold on. Okay. The one them Kyle try.
Bluetooth disconnected.
You don't say. What else the one them Kyle try? What the hell? All right, you good?
Yeah, levels is good. Levels is good.
All right, levels is good. Hold on a second. Okay. All right, since levels is good and levels is good, we good? You there?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, let me see if I can get this sound back. If I don't, y'all know how it go.
What's up, Chums?
Troy.
Okay, so hold on. Hold on to your love. Look at God. Look at him. Look at God, y'all.
Won't he do it?
I mean, the Lord then came through. He said, you know what? He said, you know what, son? You know what? You will remain unfucked with tonight. You know what I'm saying? I can't account for what's going to happen tomorrow. You know?
Just to show that everybody want to talk about how's everybody doing in the Chizat? How's my sister Kim's doing? My brother's son? I'm okay. Taking every day as a hustle, another drug to juggle. Another day, another struggle. You know, I don't want to live no more. Sometimes I hear death knocking at my front door. You know.
It was, sometimes I can hear the angels. I can hear the angels singing. It ain't New York, 'cause Philly is stepping in. It ain't New York, 'cause Philly is stepping in.
You know, sometimes I got 140. Sometimes I run fast. Sometimes I run slow.
Sometimes you run fast. Sometimes you run quick. But anyway, so we're talking about family tragedy looters. The time of passing, and people coming through. Collecting their last rites.
Listen, I'm a firm believer of this. When people come taking that stuff, sometimes it's stuff they already wanted to take.
Oh, of course.
People They were already plotting on that.
Absolutely.
I mean, they just couldn't wait. God damn it. Is he on it? Hello? Well, it's that big. I'm going to go make it to the house to see what's going on.
Man, you think they ain't?
For real. Now, what I want to know, is it possible for me to tell a couple stories?
Well, Kim, were you finished?
Because I don't want to disrespect Kim. I know she was in the middle of one. And I hate the shit that you was going through. You know what I mean? Because I was listening to some of what you was talking about.
Well, I just want to say this situation isn't over with what I'm dealing with, because we went so we dealt with so the argument right now is over two homes. The house I live in now, which was my grandmother's house, but I'm now the owner of it.
That's what's up.
These people can't seem to get it in their heads that I own it now. And then my great aunt's house, which we just went to court over maybe 3 weeks ago, and I guess there was a sale on it. So now we got a new argument, because now with settling all the rest of the estate, so the money from the sale and the missing furniture and automobiles that were there that are no longer there. No one knows where they are, allegedly. So, yay, the nightmare is not over. I get to be more stressed with the situation, because it just seems like it never comes to an end. Like I'm ready for it to be over, because I want to get back to peace, and I just don't want nothing to do with the people involved, because now I'm gonna say all the ugly stuff I've never said, and so
I know that. Definitely know that feeling, Counts. I definitely know that feeling.
Yeah, let me just be at peace, but they don't want peace. I think they like it to discuss or something.
I don't know.
So I'm just like, listen, if you want this ugly to come out, then this is where we're going to be. But I want it to be open.
I mean, but hold on. Do you really think that they want smoke, or that they want to create smoke? Or are they just really stuck in a negative mode themselves, and they don't really know how to express it? I definitely agree that people have had their eyes on certain things the whole time while somebody was living. You know, that mean people have things right now. Each one of us have something in our possession that somebody has admired and really likes. You know what I mean? And when it's, I know this sounds silly, but just like people lay claim to the memory of certain celebrities who they never met, who they didn't know, or whatever, but they somehow feel like they have a connection to them, and so they don't like to hear anybody say anything bad about them. Anything bad, as if they were separate from being a human being that had flaws just like everybody else. They don't want to hear that shit. So in their minds, they somehow connect the dots of the things that certain people have had, like they have ownership of them. Now, maybe the whole celebrity thing wasn't the best example that I could have used, but it's one that we are familiar with. We all know somebody who was a fanatic over some celebrity, whether they were an actor or a singer or a musician or an artist or something like that. Something that meant something to them because they were really inspired by the life of that person. And so whenever you speak anything except for how great that person was, they feel some kind of way about it. So
I understand that. I have a surgeon who's like that about Tupac, and I'm always like, girl, he didn't even know you.
Right.
You know,
And to them, it doesn't.
it's more of the fact that I hate it because people would say stuff. If that person is not here to defend themselves, I don't think you should speak on it. You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
so the fact that we are stuck on that example lets you know the power of how people can conjure things up in their minds about about well how people can take ownership of people, or the memory of people, the positive energy of people, whatever. And I think that some of that type of energy goes into the physical objects of things that people who were close to them or close enough to them owned. So I don't
So
know
to
if
answer your question, you said, is it possible these people are stuck in a negative state themselves? Yes, I do believe that.
okay.
Do I
So
think they, because of these things, that they aren't conjuring up a situation because they want to smoke? Maybe yes, maybe no, but I definitely believe they're stuck in a negative state because I do believe death causes that. And negative doesn't always mean like you just mean and angry. It could just be the weight of the sadness. You know what I'm saying? That's still a negative state. So yes, that's a possibility. And especially for somebody who's already have has an imaginary axe to grind with no one, but they're angry because of it. So yes, I'll say yes to that. Yes, it's probably a person stuck in a negative space, and maybe they aren't trying to invite wrath, but hey,
Well,
everybody lost the same person. So because we all lost the same person, we all have our own negative space we're in. And it would make sense not to tempt fate because I have to remind these same people, I don't consider y'all family, but we have the same blood. So that means the same temper you had, I have too. And guess what? You had yours at your time, and I'm the younger generation, so mine is 10 times worse than yours. Just like my son's is 30 times worse than mine. So what do? We the same people. We come from the same line.
Mm-hmm.
We got the same characteristics. What do you expect? So yes, we all are in a trauma negative state. And you would think somebody would have sense enough to leave it the fuck alone. But they don't. So you get what you get. And it's not always nice. And it's not always the polite thing to say. But guess what? People are like, that's your aunt, that's your uncle. Hey, I'm grown.
Mm-hmm.
I can say what I want to say. And can't nobody give me a whooping for it or put me on punishment at this point.
Well, I agree 1,000% on that. I've been through a lot of that throughout the past couple of years, the past few years. And it just takes me back to a couple of my stories, like when I know when son was talking about, people taking ownership. I brought up before about how my father and my aunt, before my grandfather had passed away, they were all jealous of me, the relationship I had with their father, because they didn't have that relationship. Even my maternal grandmother didn't even do shit for me because he was married to a woman that was doing a lot for me. You know what I'm saying? And all these years, the stuff that she was doing, I thought she was my regular grandmother, my maternal grandmother. Not realizing that my maternal grandmother didn't give a fuck about me. Didn't give a fuck about me. You understand what I'm saying? And when my grandfather passed away, I started learning a lot more. That's when I found out how they felt about me. And then my grandfather before he passed away, his will said that everything was coming to me. You know, because I know this because he was a longshoreman, and a lot of people down the long. He told a lot of people down the long that he worked with that everything was going to me. But my grandmother went back and changed his will. But at this time, I don't give two shits about no will or what's coming to me. I care that my grandfather gone, my father figure gone. You know, and when my grandmother passed away, I inherited part ownership of the house she lived in, but she left the house to her cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And when my mom bought out her part after it was appraised for $18,000, right? She took all the brand new furniture, the TV. My grandfather had a secret hiding space of jars of silver dollars and quarters and pennies and whatever. Because every time he would come home, he just put them in a jar.
I see where we're going with this.
So you know they took all that. She took a brand new refrigerator. You not only did you get the 9,000, you took everything.
Mm-hmm.
You took fucking everything. And see, I'm only 18 years old, but I'm not really thinking about this stuff. This is stuff my mom should have been talking about. You know what I mean? And if hindsight was 2020, if I knew better, oh yeah, I would have lost my mind. You know, so they took all that. My aunt started telling me, here go the stories. That's why I said if he's not here to defend himself, don't talk negative about my grandfather, which was my father. You know what I mean? Talk negative about your fucking mother. Talk negative about your fucking brother. Don't say shit about my father figure. How he treated y'all and how he treated my father. I wasn't born. They ain't got any shit to do with me.
Right.
You know, so that was one instance. When my pop passed away, my stepmom, who I've never put terms on. I like to call you my mother. I'm not going to call you my stepmom because you treated me like your son. So, when my dad passed away, she said, he just bought a brand new gold watch. So when you come here, I'm going to give it to you. By the time I got there, her brother had stolen it already. That's why I said people know what they're going to take. They already had their eye on it. You know what I'm saying? And instead of her saying something to her brother, she just swept it underneath the carpet. You know, I got to stay humbled and don't say nothing. You know, and everything. And it was the world. He left me $75. $75 fucking dollars. And I expected that. Because he's never done shit for me. That can add to maybe, all right, let's add to $75. Let's take it up to $300 he done throughout my whole life before he passed away. You know, but the people that he took that.
Hold the fuck.
Now we get to the major one. My mom. My sister, my older sister, my older brother, these motherfuckers didn't do shit all their life. My sister didn't work.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna tap you in, but let Troy finish saying what he's saying. Hold on.
All right.
Go ahead, Troy.
Yeah, my sister didn't work her whole life. My brother, he worked during the summertime at the pool. That's all he did. He didn't do nothing else. Collect Social Security. You know, when my mom was on the verge of passing away, the house that she lived in was my inheritance. She bought into my inheritance. So when they thought that the house, that my name wasn't on the deed, which I already knew, they tried to sell the house behind my back so they can get the money.
Hold on, dog. I listen, I hate to interrupt you, but this somebody in the chat named Mr. LeBron, right? He got a motherfucking profile picture of me, my 19-year-old picture.
Go back on this show. Let me see. I got a picture of you on the screen.
That's his profile picture on his
That's weird.
I'm like, hold the fuck up. When I saw this shit, I don't normally peep out the pictures, you know what I mean? But I'm like, wait a minute. I know myself. This motherfucker. He got my shit. Yo, time was good.
That is so insane. That's so weird.
Yeah, what the fuck? So this has got to be somebody who know me from Facebook. So this is somebody who actually knows me, or they know something. Yo, Mr. LeBron, what we doing? Cause I ain't never post this picture on YouTube. So yeah, what we doing, Mr. LeBron? Where you at? That the account was created March 14th. And what we on? We at the 19th, 18th, whatever. So I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, Yeah.
Tom said, LeBron, you just might as well say your son 7'3".
Yeah. Mr. LeBron ain't talking. He ain't saying shit. Like, okay, he says the photo came with the frame. You know what? I'm done.
Oh, I see the picture.
He said the photo came with the frame. I'm fucking done. I'm the fuck done. You know what? This shit.
I remember you showed us that picture because you wanted to show you that.
Yo, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So, you know, this boy must have, or this woman, because I'm not so sure. You know what I mean?
Just weird. That's what it is. Just somebody weird.
You got a stalker.
A troll.
Who is son?
Yeah.
You got a stalker.
All right. My man Keith is on the line. What up, Keith? What's good?
What's good, y'all? How everybody feeling tonight? What's going on? Same old. Just came out here to give y'all a little shout out. You know what I mean? Give my brother his little flowers while he's, you know, still growing a little bit of hair on top. You know how it go. Now, you got your Jordan jeans on that, John? I wonder what kind of sneakers you got on that, John.
First of all, I know what kind of jeans I had on. I remember that day. Had on a fresh pair of Guess. You know what I mean? Fresh pair of Guess with the what's the
The ones that
they was taped. They was baggy but tapered leg. You know what I mean? Not like the Jabos, but better. They used to have like this little triangle thing like on the side. It felt like it was like a little pencil pocket, but it wasn't. You know what I mean? I remember, yeah. And you peep the sweater. I've been that sweater. Hold on. I've been that sweater boy since. Yeah, I've been that sweater boy. Hold on. So I'm.
Oh, I know you used to rock the sweaters during the summertime. You actually was hot.
Slow down, dog. Slow down.
Yo, I paid $65 for City Blue, and I got it out during the summertime, and I rock my joint. I don't care what nobody say. With some shorts on, with the old man Tim's all the way up to the kneecaps.
Y'all believe that bullshit if y'all want to. Y'all believe that bullshit. This is the picture.
Yo, you were standing on the corner and you were trying to shut and dancing with Gigolo, huh?
Look, the funny thing about this picture is that because this is a picture of a picture, it looks like I had weight when I was 19. I was all of about maybe 140 pounds. You know what I mean? 150 tops for sure. I remember thinking that if I make it to 170 pounds, I'll be like buff. 170.
Did you have to give it, girl?
Man, you don't know me like that. So anyway, so yeah, I mean,
Oh, you had to shag. No, my fault. You had to shag. You had it going on.
yeah, I had a shag in the 70s. Anyway, what I ain't no shag in the 80s. I ain't no shag. Don't listen to this nigga. Do not listen to this nigga. Don't listen to this nigga. This nigga don't know what he talking about. He wasn't there. You know what I mean? His knowledge is limited. You know what I mean? Although we've known each other for decades, we did not hang around each other back in the day. Do not listen to this nigga. You know what I mean? Don't listen to this nigga. This nigga know everybody who I don't know. who lived around the way.
You still look the same though. That's the crazy part. He just missing here.
Yeah, I look the same because I took care of myself. That's why I look the same.
Oh man.
I was born to be a boy.
Make a person laugh?
Huh? What do you have to offer to this conversation besides a bunch of confusion?
What we talking about? I never looked. You took me off the rock and showed me that picture. What Yolanda was on. Listen, what's the topic for the night?
I'm not fucking with you. If you don't know the topic of the night, that's on you.
What you mean?
No, don't tell him shit. You know what I mean? This number ain't.
Hey, goddamn it, ordering.
So you mean to tell me you was listening to what Troy said, what Kim was saying, and you ain't get the gist? That's on you. Don't say shit. I'm not allowing nobody to tell him. You just figure it out. As a matter of fact, mute yourself, listen to what we talking about, and then.
Don't mean you would come at me like that. You can class before me.
You invited yourself here. You asked for the number. I gave you the number. You came here just to be confused. That's on you.
No, man, you just never stand up like that goddamn.
So you made it. Hold on. You made it to school on time and sat in front of the class just to be unprepared.
Hey,
you ain't got paper nor pencil.
What
the fuck is you doing?
I'm here. Nah, y'all. So saying like what Troy was saying about how family was back in the day. Listen, it's all shapes and sizes and colors and family, dog. I was an unborn child. Keep your mouth shut. Don't you say nothing until I'm finished. You know what I'm talking to. Shut up. See, there y'all go. I was you was an unborn child. Why are you here? Shut up. You was gonna say something. I know. I was waiting for the peanut gallery. Anyway, my mom never told her mom she was pregnant. And one day they were sitting at the dinner table back in the day in 1972, and all that water went on the floor. And she said, "Well, you better not be pregnant." I wanted to tell my grandma, "Well, the water on the floor, she ain't pregnant no more." But long story short, when I came out, my mama, I was my grandma's beneficiary since before I was even one. I was the beneficiary. I've been her beneficiary forever. And, unfortunately, like 19 years later, she got sick and people just started acting crazy. Like my uncle, he stole her skirt with her money in it. She had a stroke and it kind of like a heart attack. So I'm the beneficiary. I'm chilling. Everybody rich from. My grandma must have known that she did something wrong because we sat in the yard and she collected some money in the yard. I ain't gonna tell you how much. That might try to rob me later. So, she collected some money in the yard. I said, "Yo, what you want to do with this money?" She said, "I want you to put it up and shut up." Tried it real good. And I did. So 2 weeks later, she passed. So everybody knows I'm a beneficiary. And this is like back in the day when the shorts lady used to come to your house. So shorts lady come to the crib. We all come downstairs. So my uncles and I was like, "Let me show you how to do a funeral." And the lady was like, "He's not the beneficiary. What floor? Where your aunt at?" And I was like, "Huh?" like, what the hell? I'm not the beneficiary. Like, what the hell? Like, I've been a bitch, strong for since she was born. Like, I was born. Like, that was like a hurt piece to me. And when family steal stuff like that from you, and you're like, you knew you was wrong when you went to the hospital and did the things that you did. Now you tell me I got the family upset and mad at you, but you did it. You should have never touched it. Like, if you never touched the whole situation, we would never be in this. But guess what? I got money put up. You got to deal with the family. So I'm going to let you go and deal with them. And I'm going to rock out by myself. I told you did it. And, and the things that people snatch from, that's like one of the hardest.
Dang.
I got cut off.
Hold on a second.
You hit the button.
Hold on.
Shoot, network.
Please leave your message for...
Hold on. Let me grab Troy.
Sure. I don't know what happened.
You was telling your story. That's what happened, Keith.
He cut me off.
Y'all, you know that.
I ain't want to hear the story no more. He ain't got to be all like that.
Go ahead. Continue your story.
So, just to, who doesn't want to hear the story no more?
Huh? Go ahead, man.
You owe me some money, sucker. Don't make me tell you don't want to hear the story. You owe me some money, so don't talk. You still ain't finished paying me yet, so I don't want to hear nothing from you. Who owe you money? Who?
Man, if you don't finish this fucking story, finish the story.
But that's what I'm just saying. Like, that was one of my hurt pieces. Blase. All right, now we can cut it up.
No, we ain't cutting nothing up. We gonna stay right on the topic like we was. That's what we gonna do. That's what's gonna happen.
But I'm just saying. So was it a hurt piece? Yeah, it was a hurt piece. You know what I mean? And you learn your lesson from life. How people steal from you, steal something that was purchased like from underneath you like that, and then want to blame you for all the problems and fault that went on. But it's definitely it's a life learn situation that you got to cover yourself and make sure that just can't take this stuff serious out here. People will cut you off in a heartbeat.
Yeah. So the title of the show is called Family Tragedy Looters. So we're talking about how family will come through and take shit, steal shit, possess shit when somebody passes away or goes to jail or is sick and one of the situations that we probably should touch on, and hopefully none of y'all have been through this, but I know people who are going through it currently, and definitely people who have been there. But when we talk about people being sick, and they're going to be sick for a while, and people don't really know if people are going to make it, but these things can take an extended amount of time to finally play out. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever dealt with a situation where somebody was in a coma and they were in coma for months, years. Like, I know one of my classmates from 7th to 8th grade, right now, she's going through that. Since about 2024, she's been incapacitated because she's comatose. So people are waiting for her to wake up, and she may or she may not. so far she's still holding on. So like I've been checking her Facebook. I've been checking her Facebook since like last year, the beginning of last year, the end of 2024, hoping that, you know, that she finally makes a breakthrough. And so you can imagine what's going on over there. You know what I mean? I don't know if she's ever been married before. I know that she had kids, and she has friends and family who love her, but those same family and friends who love her may be coming through taken from her. And when and
you know, they say two things bring out the best in people, and that's funerals and weddings. You know, that bring out the best of people who just come in and have not, you know, just come and just snatch things and want to run things and ram through your stuff, and you know, and the person didn't fuck with you when they was living, so why you here now? And people don't, you know, never understood, like, why y'all coming now and they ain't mess with y'all when y'all was living? Or I was friends with a bishop, and the bishop told me something a long time ago. He said, sit in the church at a funeral. When a person come in the door, you can find out who did the right thing when he was living and who did the wrong thing when he wasn't living. And the ones that's whooping and hollering and carrying on, you know, they didn't do the right thing. They was there. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. They, you know, they may went to the club or went to the movies or should have went there and sat and played a card game with them, their loved ones, or did something. They didn't do nothing.
Well, that's the same thing. Like with my mom, the situation you was just bringing up, you know, my mom wasn't in a coma, but she had the beginning stages of dementia.
Exactly. Okay.
So with having the beginning stages of dementia, she gave my brother's daughter fucking pill popping that bitch, right? Gave her.
You mean your niece?
Her sister. Mm-hmm. And my older brother sat up there and signed paperwork out. My aunt called the notary up there, knowing that this bitch was on pills. My brother letting her sign off on because he know that he can get whatever money he can get from my mom through my niece. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we sitting up here, and I'm like, I'm worried about my mom and everything. So they even signed off on power of attorney. I'm trying to sell this house so I can get my mom either to a senior living place or get her a house so she don't have to worry about her grandkids, because that's all she worried about. And I told her, God forbid anything happen to you, because at the end of the day, if something happen to you, this becomes my house and everybody getting the fuck out. And when you go, they go. How they go, I don't know, because my goal was to beat half of them the fuck up because of what they did to you. My goal was to try to off my older brother, beat the shit out of my sister, and I don't hit women, but the shit my sister did, mine, was ruthless. Ruthless. The shit I can't even go about it. It's just stupid shit. I mean, but what happened was, you know, when we did sell a house, the money went to my mom got a substantial amount. I got a substantial amount. My niece went through all that money. Her father, she bought a brand new car, a gold Jaguar at that. She got a Jaguar. My mom going through this. My mom was in the hospital. They had to rush my mom to the hospital, put a breathing tube down her throat. She called my older niece. My older niece put on the speaker. She said, I don't know why your mom was acting crazy and shit. They only put a breathing tube down grandma's throat. That's not serious. I want to listen, man. One thing led to another. My mom was sent from that day. She was sent to a senior living place. They told them people not to even let me or my brother know what was going on with my mom. Not to tell us nothing. They brought my mom home, not to a fucking house that they had started renting. They brought her home to a Section 8 house that my niece had got. My mom died in a Section 8 house that she wasn't even supposed to be in. She wasn't even supposed to be home. My middle brother, that's the pastor, told my older brother, listen, Mommy, they're not taking Mom until Troy get here to see her. By the time I got there, this motherfucker was hiding in the car with his daughter in front of the car. I told her, if I honestly wanted to get to your dad, I would knock you the fuck out, bitch. And don't give a fuck about none of y'all.
Yeah, well, family bring out the best in you like that, dog. And, devil works at all times.
Listen, Keith, when you talk about your family and aunts and shit, the way I could have done my aunts, it was immaculate. I felt good about it. I felt all these years of how they did my mom. Bulldagging ass bitches.
Yeah, I mean, you feel them like that, though, dog. Like, the thing that hurts you the most is family. Like, you gotta realize your friends and your enemies can't get that close to you. The only ones that can get close to you is your family members. Because they're the one when you let your guard down. And when you let your guard down, you keep thinking that you're doing right. And trying to sacrifice and do the right thing. And doing the right thing ain't always end up doing the right thing. Like, my real mom, my mom passed away a massive heart attack, a stroke, and COPD on her lungs. And my sister had 5 kids at the time, and she kept dropping the kids, getting pregnant, dropping the kids off at my mom's and be gone. She out drugged, and at the end of the day, I mean, like, you want to see family. Like, we showed that house for the insurance, and kind of found out, whose name is on the insurance. She fucked my sister, the one that was on dope. Man, we got to the funeral home in Lakewood, and I was like, I told the boys, spend it all. Don't leave one red dime. Spend it all. Do you hear? But I could do it for 1,000 notes. Spend it all. Spend everything. Take the whole house. Everything. And she come in here with a girlfriend and you want to do dubs and this and that. You can't even take care of your own kids. Mama died because of you. They're struggling out because of your kids, but you can't see that. So, like, most people can't see the stuff that they do to you or did or have until it's too late and it's gone. You know what I mean? Like, come on. Like, I really got time. Or family try to buy you. I had my uncle that tried to buy me with $10,000. You know what I mean? Like, one of my favorite uncles, he passed away. He's going to tell me, mind my business. I was going to let you have $10,000. Dude, I make my own money. I don't need your $10,000. You can keep it. You can't buy me. I'm cool. I don't need to be bored. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Like, I'm going to always speak my mind and my opinions, and that is who does it. But you want to talk about fucked up families? Answer this question. How many families you know that have a family reunion with no kids?
Yeah.
What you mean with no kids? What do you mean? No little kids.
So we from down south. In Philadelphia, my grandma came to Philadelphia. She had 11 kids up here. And everybody had grands and what you call them. Her kid decided to take 2 vans to go down to Virginia and said no kids. And I was like, a family reunion is not nothing without kids. What's wrong with y'all? And someone found out why. They went to go stay at my uncle's house, and the one who was saying no kids, she had a bed to sleep in. Y'all got to sleep on the couch and the floor. Now, I said the cat, I had a hotel room, so I was good. My mom was like, you not taking us? I said, nope. Y'all choose to stay this. Y'all stay right over here. The same one that stole, the same one that do things, there's always a madness to our plan. I'll give you another one. When he died, my aunt was down there, and my other aunt was down there. The gold digger, she was there. So my favorite aunt was the beneficiary. So she went in the lawyer's office. And my other young aunt, he promised me $10,000. I told my aunt, I said, tell her to look him up and ask. He said, she was like, shut up, you being smart. No, tell him to look him up and ask him. Did she say you was going to give her $10,000? You know what I mean? She could be lying. You know she came down there for money, but still, why would you give her $10,000? Like, seriously, like, anybody can say anything. Wake them up. You didn't do stuff out of love. You did stuff out of money. And money is all evil in the world, how you ever do it. And you would never, ever, ever learn about a dollar until you understand not to have a dollar. And people don't ever get that. So at the end of the day, yeah, this shit hurt. People come in and take stuff in front of you and hurt you already around, and and they live their life and they go home, and the only dumbasses out here is us worrying about people that they go and get a good night's sleep. We the ones sitting up here talking about why they treat us like that, why they do us like that, why this happen, why this happen. Oh man, I'm tossing and turning. All right, I can't get no sleep. You know, like, and they wake up fresh. That's the crazy part about it. You know, on some real shit. So when you talk about when people like blood thinking in the water, I'll say fuck water and blood because that shit ain't happening. And they think that shit. It's only what you put out there. Seriously. Because our family ain't family. For real, for real. When you look at it.
You say blood is thicker than water, I always say, well, water tastes better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's true too. Mm-hmm. Especially when you ask about that to it. Oh my God.
Who has tasted enough blood to compare it to water? I don't know.
Vampire.
Okay. In which case, you ain't drinking no water. So
you a vampire. You up at midnight and doing this talk show, so you can be a vampire too.
I don't.
A lot of people walk down there. No,
I ain't never take no blood from nobody. See, I get pissed when somebody try to take when I have to go to the doctor. They got to take blood from me. I'm like, well, what? I don't need that. But anyway,
wait, show your neck. Show your neck. Make sure you ain't got 3 bite marks on your neck. Show your neck.
If I was a vampire, why would I have 3 bite necks? 3 bite marks. Shouldn't everybody I know have it?
Yeah, they biting you, nigga. You don't ever know.
Well, I showed my picture earlier in the show. I ain't seen no bite marks there. So
that was a young picture when you was a young buck. You old now.
Well,
that's that old
so I just started vampiring. Anyway, I don't know. I actually live by the whole blood is thicker than water thing. I love my family and I trust my family more than I trust non-family. And I'm glad that it's that way. I have no reason I haven't had the kind of experiences with my blood family that would make me use phrases or should I say that would make me count on non-blood related people more than blood related people. So I consider myself to be not just blessed, but in alignment with how things are supposed to be. Family is really family with me. I ain't saying that my family is perfect because they're far from it. But you know, I can count on them not to, fuck me up. So far, so good. I mean, do we fall out? Yeah, but not over no money. No, I haven't had that experience. But
question though, right quick. If you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you think that you would be different if you grew up in a one-parent income? In-house. Wait a minute. One parent in a house compared to 2 parents in a house? Because you grew up with your mother and your father. So I'm just asking you, like, if you didn't have your father in the house with you, do you still think that you would be the same?
I think that if I grew up in with a single mom, I would probably be closer to my family than I am. If you really think about it, the most people, I shouldn't say that, but with Black people, so many of us have the experience of only having one parent, that we grew up with. So, that didn't cause divisions in the family. It normally caused more cohesiveness or because they had to depend on each other. They had to lean on each other. They had to rely on each other. So I think that if my mom had been the only one who raised us, we probably would have been closer to each other and closer to our extended family, like cousins, aunts, and uncles and shit, because we would have had to rely on them. Instead, they relied on us. So, we took in aunts and uncles and paid for school and supplies and colleges and shit like that. We did that. Now, not everybody stayed close to us because of that. Like my mom, all right, like with my aunt, my dad's youngest sister. If she wasn't the youngest sister, she was next to the youngest. And, she used to be at the crib all the time. She lived out in Chester. Really, she lived out in Chichester, then Chester. And she used to be at our crib all the time. My dad paid for her to go to school all the way through college and all of that. He took care of her. But my mom was the one that had to do all the work. My dad would put out the money. My mom did all the work. So my mom was the one who picked up, dropped off, made sure that people got fed, made sure that people got to school on time and had what they needed when they came home. She did all the work. He was out doing what he was doing. He was just the money man. He was just the financial resource. And speaking of the financial resource, my mom was, she spent her money too. It wasn't like I don't come from a one income family. Regardless of how much money my dad had, my mom always had her own money. Always. She always worked. And she always made good money. So my experience might be different from other people, but to answer your question, we probably would have been closer. But because of the experiences that I had with my with the family that I grew up with, I have more than enough reasons to believe that they will do the right things, because I've seen more of the right things done. Oh, I'm sorry, I got lost in talking about my aunt, my dad's sister. Now, my aunt act like my mom never helped her. Like she would, like she an afterthought. She don't never call and check on my mom. She ain't never, you know what I mean? When my dad broke up, it was like, she sided with my pop, and that was it. I mean, nobody asked you to take sides or whatever, but my mom took my aunt with us up to Milwaukee to her crib in the car in the 1977 Buick Deuce and a quarter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, she ain't have to do that. And you know who paid for everything? She was young. So, when people conveniently forget where they come from, but I'll give it this. I ain't seen my aunt coming around when my pop passed. She ain't come around trying to take shit. But, she owed my mom a debt of gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad didn't help raise her. My mom did.
Mm-hmm.
So I know how people will shit on you and all of that. But what we talking about today is when people, when their opportunistic tendencies come through, they finally materialize.
Right. And I wasn't trying to start nothing with you. I was just
No. I'm. It was actually a good question. One thing that people who grew up in a single family, with a single mom and all of that kind of stuff, they think that people who grew up with two parents all had it all good. But you have to understand that everybody who grew up in a two-parent family, their parents wasn't always on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there was abuse. Sometimes there was alcohol abuse. There was drug abuse. There was physical abuse. There was domestic abuse. Sometimes, I mean, all pops. I mean, for all my Gen Xers, if you had a pop, if you grew up with your dad in the 70s, he was on some bullshit. I would say 90% of black fathers in the 70s was on some bullshit. They was making kids, you know what I mean, all over the fucking place. They was going to the disco. They was partying.
I think I just told you the other day, son. I just met my sister 2 months ago. Seen her for the first time in my life. She graduated a year before me. We went to school together. I didn't even know I had a sister going to school with me.
Yeah. Hey, I have the same experience. With my brother that we didn't know, who knew us, going to school with my sister. That's how we, like, listen, man. You know what I mean? A two-parent family is a great thing, and that's the way it's supposed to be. However, it ain't always sweet like that. It ain't. And if it was sweet like that, how come so many people who grew up in a two-parent family still got something against one of the parents in the family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is. Sometimes they mad at the dad for what he did. Sometimes they mad at the mom for letting the dad do what he did. Jacksons.
But Dad was always home on Friday for that fish fry.
I know one thing. I agree on that. I came from a single parent household. But the thing that I respect my mom, what she did was, when I was 3 months old, there was a family across the street from me that she dropped me off, and it was like a family of women, family of girls, a mother, father, and one son, and all them still to this day are like my aunts, my grandparents. Their mother and father was like my grandparents. They passed away. They were my grandparents. One of the sisters is like my mom. She's pretty much my mom since my mom is gone. You know, but at the end of the day, my brothers and my sisters, my brother came to my apartment today. My pastor brother. And I said this 2 or 3 times to him just to see what he was saying. I was like, man, it was just good to see you, bro, man. Yeah.
When I was 3 years, he said when he was 3 years old. Is that BC?
What? I did 3 months.
You said BC. You said
3 months when I was 3 months
you
old.
said 3 years. Was that BC? That's BC time, right? Before Christ? I got you, brother. I was good.
Okay. So I turned back around and I kept adding, because what I realized is something is that my middle brother, his pop had got murdered. My pop had died when I was 21 years old. My sister and brother pop had died like 2-3 years ago, and they're the oldest. But the thing is, I don't know what did y'all not take in from our mother? Because I don't see y'all. I don't see love. I don't see compassion. I don't see humbleness. I don't see none of that. I don't see what mom did not get y'all. Y'all a bunch of arrogant, evil motherfuckers. Y'all a bunch of people that y'all couldn't have took nothing in from mom. Because y'all don't even know how to say I love you.
So let me say this. You know, and I know he about to kick us off, but let me just say this right quick. I met my dad twice. I seen him when I was a little kid, and I met him when he was 16. When he passed, and they was down there writing an obituary. I had 2 brothers and sisters that I never met, right? Now, as they write the obituary, they know that he got an older son, which is me. So when they was on their way home, my grandma called me. She said, I think your dad died. She was like, hold on my call. So they was like, yeah, we didn't even tell Keith yet. So she said, well, when the funeral? Are we coming back for the funeral? So I was like, well, can I see the obituary? You know what I mean? And they didn't want to show me the obituary because they never put me inside of the obituary. But I'm going to tell you how God answered things. Van Hine and Winston Higgins used to give out birth certificates. I went there, I got in there, and I put down my mom and my father. When they called me up to the front, the guy said, is this your father? Because he signed the birth certificate. His name was on the birth certificate. And I said and I took a screenshot and I sent it to her. I blasted to his whole family. Y'all denied me of putting me in an obituary, knowing that I was his oldest son. Y'all did not want to give me no grief or no peace. Like, at least let me know that, let me know that he at least thought about me. They said, well, he had a picture of you on top of his sunvisor, in his car. I'm like, okay, but still, y'all could have put me down as his oldest child. I got a brother and sister that I don't even know about. I mean, I know about them, they don't know about me. But when God show you things like that, like, okay, well, I don't get my name in the obituary, but his name is on my birth certificate, so I am part of this family. And we was at the store. I was riding around in the car. And this lady kept saying stuff to me, and I never looked up. And it was my aunt, and she was with her daughter. And her mom said, "Mama, who that?" And she was like, "You going to tell I'm your oldest cousin?" She was like, "What? They got an older brother?" And you're like, "Yeah, I'm like the black sheep of the family." And I'm fine with that because on my mom's side and my dad's side, I'm always the black sheep of the family, and I'm cool. You know what I mean? I got brothers that I can count on. You know, like son, don't let his head get big. Like you over there with your big old head too. You know, and people that if I'm ever in trouble, I can call on my friends that always be there. The one thing about they don't get this man his roses right here. He been doing this for over 10 years. Night and day, arguing up every night, making sure if you call on him, you can count on him. If you call on him, he be right there to help you. And people take them for granted and not give them the credit. Yo, dog, I think you deserve a round of applause. That's for you.
Now, what I want you to do, Keith, is stop kissing his ass now.
Got him. You the one that got the bad knees, motherfucker.
But you're right, though. You're right.
Yeah, but no,
a lot of people keep.
But listen, you said kiss.
No, that's the truth, though, because a lot of people don't know that Son is the originator out of Philly that came up with podcasting before it was even popular. People used to laugh at him when he was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Now in Philly, it's popular, and everybody don't know that it all started with him. So you're absolutely correct.
When he used to walk around with with his Kango on with the doopy dope rope. He ain't never nobody hold it. I think it was fake. He got it from T-Move, but he never really wore no fake gold, bro.
Never wear no fake.
You ain't never lied, Troy. Thank you. And thank you. And I ain't I had one Kango, and that was in 1986. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't.
When he came into the comedy show that night. You know I gotta throw you under the bus, man. You know you my man, pots and pans. You know what I mean? It's much love. But no, seriously, all jokes, people really need to fall back and look where it started from. These newcomers coming up, getting this, getting that. But my man be out here hustling. When he got it from the ground up, the grind up, and all up on his own. No, nobody out here picking on the ground.
When Kim's was part of that too. Kim's was part of the calling crew when he first started. So she's been riding this train with him, or this bus with him, this car with him for the longest.
That's a fact.
I mean,
early in the game.
Yeah.
Early in the game.
Real early. I think that we should all get together and hang out one night. Bill on Sunday, because you can come.
Well, we know you got money, so we want you to buy Kim's a ticket. Get TK right, get everybody together. Maria Ramirez and Tom, and you know how your pocket is.
There you go with the craziness, man. Them SP people always got something to say wrong. You know that, right?
Yo, you see, that's the fucking problem. But at least you know from the P, bro. We don't even put the S no more. You know how y'all YN.
SP's got a problem. So, yo, you never did pay me for our skit that we did together, nigga. I need my money.
We ain't do no skit together.
You crazy out your rabbit ass mind.
What skit we did together?
That skit when somebody did something stupid and then didn't come and do it, and we had to take over the show that night. And I did the skit with you.
What you talking about?
Nigga, when we was at the bar house, don't play with me. You owe me money.
Where was we at?
I want my money, nigga.
Another episode of Good Times.
No, when Black Jesus didn't come to work that night. Black Jesus didn't come to work that night, and we had to take over. You remember?
Black Jesus is on the TV. What the hell are you talking about?
Yo, hold on. Before we go any further, I talked to Troy earlier today. He fucked my head up. There was a joke that a well-known comedian who's associated with Kevin Hart stole from me, like all the way back at like 2007, 2006, 2007, some shit like that.
That's garbage.
And Troy found a podcast that he's on. He said, son, remember when the boy stole that joke from you? He got a podcast and he was talking about when he stole the joke from you. And He did the joke. That's how I knew he was talking about you. I was like, Troy, you bullshitting me. Troy finds the video.
I like the mic and stuff.
Yo. And I'm like, and the boy, I was like, first when Troy played the video for me, I'm listening to it over the phone. And I'm like, I don't think he talking about me. Till he did the joke. I said, get the fuck out of here.
Verbatim.
Word for,
I owe you some money. But no.
so hold on. The wild thing about it was he lied and said when he saw me do the joke, then he stopped doing the joke. The nigga did the joke on TV. After he tried to pay me for the joke, and I said, no, stop doing the joke. It's my shit. So he changed. I'm thinking to myself, like, he done ate off of that joke. And now he's changing the whole story about the joke. But he had the humility to admit that he stole the joke. And I'm like,
but see, when I was talking with Nate, and we was at the John, because we did Nate did the last show I was with him, we was with the mayor, remember the Back City, Chris Thomas? So Chris Thomas was there, and we was talking, and he was like, son, go back to the last house. Son was the last house. He's like, he opened up the doors for a lot of people in the last house. But what happened was, the last house just got too big for Son. And he was like, Son wasn't really ready to put up with that crazy shit that was going on down there. So, Son, how he do, he broke off. And then all of them started coming down to the last house. But Son was the last house. And I was like, for real? He was like, yeah, you don't know about your brother? I was like, no. I thought he was a $2 whore and prostitute.
What?
I was not the laugh house. Let's just clear that up right there. You know what I mean?
But no, you just said you open up the door for a lot of people in the laugh house. But when the laugh house got a little big,
what he did do is give a lot of stage times and paid a lot of people that wound up blowing up. We both like that. We both paid money, gave people money that did our stages. But me and Son was running together the most. I think me and him was like the realest ones out of all of them. Ain't no phoniness there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Ren and Skippy forever. I got y'all.
Oh, you can say that. You can say that. We used to call you whole asshole.
All right, Divas and Butthead. You know what I mean? Y'all. We can go this do all night, nigga. Listen, that man, I got jokes. But anyway, I just wanted to really just, like I said, just wanted to get on here and really give you your props, though, man. Like, without a sponsor, without this, without that, without doing, you not, the head not big. Motherfuckers walk around with their head too big now, and we ain't gonna speak no names of certain people, and they forget where they come from. Well, my man is in the hood. You can pull up on him at any time. He in the hood, and he doing this from the ground up, and he ain't that starstruck. He want everybody to come on. You know what I mean? So, when you when you listen to different podcasts and you see podcasts, and you go back to your brother and you look at your brother and how he did it the white way. He ain't sell out. He's still doing it. You know what I mean? And he ain't walking away from it. So, man, listen, don't stop, won't stop. Make sure you ain't got no fucking Diddy oil, and we good with you all the way. Diddy just pour that Diddy oil out. I'm out.
Yo, I know he's gonna go there. What's going on with Tom? Thanks for the compliment, man. I knew he was gonna go there, son. I knew he was gonna go there.
Y'all was gonna go there.
Well, I mean, we can't stop, won't stop. I knew he was gonna go there.
Won't stop, can't stop. We go back like 2 chicken wings and French fried rice. You know how they go.
Kim, before you say something, son, Kim, can you give me one curse word to him, please?
Troy, what did I tell you? I was using my Cash App, my PayPal.
One curse word.
You got to take me. Listen, let me tell you something.
You
You are going to have to pay me for your desires.
You're like Aunt Esther's sister. You got to curse her out.
Hey, wait. Don't say
You got two knees.
I don't think I like that at all.
Yeah, tell them nothing like that. Don't say that about
I didn't say you look like her. I just want you to act rude like her.
No, it's cool. You see, he putting you in the foul category. We ain't gonna do that, man. Listen, Notorious K.I.M. Listen, you know I'm crazy. You know that's my brother.
I believe that's her name, because say some stupid shit to her. She gonna show you something.
I'm used to it. I'm cool. Listen, there ain't nobody digging your ass like when son mad at you and digging your ass. So what's the difference? If you can take an ass kicking from son, then you made it.
Oh, Kim put an extra squeak in the voice.
You know what I mean? You made it. Even though you got ride with the nigga and we ain't got our money and we running around chasing motherfuckers looking like
No. If I'm going to kill his son, if son got somebody to book us for a show and they ain't paying us the money, he gonna get that money.
So he got his money, but you still owe me money, sucker. Just remember that. We did a show together.
I got a couple dollars for you.
No, I don't want no couple hours. You know what I mean? You just won't give me my 5 minutes of fame. But it's cool, though. I played all the records and had your ass rolling around on the floor. All 500 pounds of you was rolling around.
You know what I mean, son? Hey, son.
Yo.
Him and whip his ass.
Yo, I know where you live.
Thank you.
Hey, I know where you live, too.
I know. But you ain't gonna tell me.
You want to pull up?
You ain't going
to. You can pull up.
Okay. Everybody meet here.
You know what I mean?
All right.
I know what
This is what we gonna do.
Krispy Kreme and Donuts. He's fighting right now. Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts. He's fighting to figure out which one he want to go to. But I ain't gonna go there. I'm gonna leave that.
I know when you had two, Master Splinter. You right there in the fucking damn sewer.
All right, listen.
With the Mutant Turtles.
All right, cut. I'm gonna do. We're gonna do.
Y'all guys.
All right, man.
Keep a secret.
What?
Can y'all keep the secret? You can.
I told I got a secret for you.
I got one for you too. These nuts. So anyway,
you better go check your birth certificate again.
All right, so we gonna do these. We gonna do the poll question. We're gonna do the poll question, and I'm actually interested in the order that y'all would answer this question too. So if you would be so kind after we do the poll question, let us know which way you would choose. All right. So in the result of your passing, what order would you leave your stuff? So, all right, 52% said spouse, kids, other family, and charity. 30% said kids, spouse, other family, charity. 7% said other family, charity, kids, and spouse. And 11% said charity, other family, spouse, and kids. What order would you leave your stuff in the event of your passing, if you've already arranged it?
So is this a hypothetical situation?
Of course, you're still here.
No, I mean in the sense because I don't have a spouse. So
yeah, so that's why I put it like, for those who put spouse last, that's pretty much indicating that you probably don't have one. You know what I mean? Because if you had a spouse, they would have say so about how a lot of shit would go anyway. You understand what I mean? So,
sure.
So what? And if these don't suit you, you can just say what order you would leave yours.
Okay, so let me do mine. So of course it will be my son first, then my nieces, nephews, godchildren. Then it would be other relatives, extended family like that. So that would be, and then charity after that. But definitely my son first because he's the only kid. And then, like I said, my nieces, nephews, my godchildren.
Okay.
That's how I just now, anyway.
Okay.
Mom will be the first one.
Spouse, kids, other family, charity.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, other family charity.
Okay. Yeah. I would probably go kids, other family. Ain't no charity getting none of my shit. So, oh, I'm sorry. It would be like other kids. I'm sorry. Kids, other family, spouse. And that's pretty much it. Like there's some things that I know, like my leather jackets and shit like that, I would give to my baby brother because he's always like that. My fur coats, not really sure. Not really sure. I would probably leave that to my other family to do as they please. Um, sneakers and shit like that. I don't know. Fair game. I don't really give a fuck. You know how it go. I don't have any attachment to, the hundreds of footwear that I got. I don't, those are just things. And jewelry. I need to think about this. You know what I mean?
Give it to your daughter.
Nah, I actually wouldn't. I'm not giving her a job. Because I don't. She's not into that, and I don't. And she might, that might be charity. You know what I mean? Somebody got to take over this seat. You know what I'm saying? You take over the seat. You got to rock that chain. You know what I'm saying? So,
I'm Troy 75.
You know what I mean? T752. Fuck it.
Troy 752, Kim 752 on the line too.
Yeah, I mean, I need to work on this shit. You know what I mean? 2 Chainz.
I would have to go back to the planet if we're gonna do that.
But that's true. But yeah, so it's kids, other family, spouse for me. Or kids, spouse, other family gotta get theirs. Yeah, I mean, because I know they leaving me shit, so they gotta get theirs. So yeah, that's pretty much. And I have to say spouse because I'm not married. So that would be like, a emotional love attachment. So Marvina said, heavy topic, struggling with this myself. Yeah, shit is real. It's
Well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I don't care who I go to. I can't dictate that. I'm done. They'll make a mistake and mess it up anyway. I mean,
well, that doesn't take away from your wishes about how you want things done. Yeah, and I know you understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Like, yeah, of course. We not like King Tut trying to take our jewels and shit to the afterlife and shit.
Yeah.
But
not to get off subject, the same subject, but when my first kid's mom passed away, her request was she get cremated. Her mother had the money to cremate her, but she was like, no, she's gonna have an open casket funeral. But she didn't want that. You know what I mean? So my aunt, who the one that I had snapped on, cursed out, who she had a terrific bond with, jumped in and did. The mother didn't even come to the funeral because she couldn't do it the way she wanted to. So she jumped in and had her cremated. So I mean,
yeah,
over something. When a person that's the major part of how do they want to go? You know what I mean?
Well,
everything else can fall into place behind that.
yeah, I struggle with the final wishes and shit because it's I just, and I don't want to make this sound insensitive. I don't want to sound insensitive, but I'm not into letting the dead determine how the living shall carry on. It can't go that way.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but like, what you mean? Like, somebody's final wishes could be on some bullshit. Like, can you imagine the final wishes of a fucking Donald Trump? You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And you might have family members who got a little Donald Trump in them. Like, so let me get this straight.
I hope people respect my wishes. I hope my wishes are respected. I want to be cremated.
Okay, yeah, that's reasonable though, Kim. You know what I mean? Like, that's reasonable. Now, like, suppose you wanted to be cremated, but before you were cremated, you wanted to be mummified first, publicly. People, what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
I want you to put me in a motion of cooking dinner in the kitchen.
Some crazy shit.
Doing that now.
That's what they doing.
That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody ain't in their right mind when they pass. You know what I'm saying? And no bullshit, because some people, when you suffer from cancer, and we've all lost people to cancer. So, and your last days, you're not right. You know what I mean? After.
Well, there's some people who do that dumb shit too, come up with the living who make all these decisions for you, and you like, this is stupid. What are you doing?
I'm just saying.
Mama would have wanted to be buried to death. They put all this money into the ground. It's like, it's a ton of bills left here. What are you doing, Jack?
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. These last wishes, I'm like, hold on. And no disrespect to people's spirituality. And I'm not even talking about their religion. I'm talking about their spirituality, because, in the Black community, we have this whole thing about not talking down to the dead and all of that shit. And some of these dead so just because you dead don't mean you was right.
Can you say that louder for the people in the back?
Listen, like,
I don't hear this bullshit. That's a microphone. If that nigga was trash, they was trash.
Hey, that's my word. You don't become martyred. You don't become martyred because you passed away. We all gotta go.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck out of here.
It's like when the preacher be doing a funeral for these young boys that was out there killing people and stuff. I think the preacher should be up there talking about little Tyrone was a badass. I know he was a badass, because when he was throwing that football and I was buying my weed from him, his football hit my fucking back, and I wanted to whoop his ass.
So,
like that.
Sometimes you find out where the bodies were buried and shit like that. I don't feel any need to negatively tear down anybody who has passed on, but motherfuckers out here, motherfuckers putting up murals honoring stick-up kids and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. I saw a documentary about Killer Ben, this stick-up kid from New York. They put up a fucking mural. His name was Killer Ben. How you put up
Remember the bull Spexo from down Kensington?
Yes. Yes. But at least he was just a drug dealer. I could actually see that. A stick-up kid? Drug dealers give to people. They give out things and holidays, birthdays. You know what I mean?
They're the killer stuff.
Oh, well, yeah, then there's that part. Yeah. I like to think that I like to think that the martyr drug dealers were gentle, gentle drug dealers. That's why they got killed.
Like Bobby Johnson.
No, not like him. You know what I mean? You know, like King Tut.
Yeah, like King Tut.
King Tut, the Philly King Tut, not the.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the JBM King Tut. The good drug dealers, not the Aaron Joneses. Well, he's still amongst us. You know what I mean? Not him, but yeah, man. Let's get on about it here. Listen, man. Yeah, listen to anybody and everybody who were touched by this episode. None of this was meant to offend anybody or whatever. I mean, we try to deal with real life circumstances on this show. Like I had to do this show because I see it. I see this kind of shit. Family looters, people coming through, taking shit or whatever. I'm not saying that they bad people, but they ain't right at that time. And at the time of a death or a tragedy in a family, people ain't going to do things the right way or do the right things all the time. It's not going to happen. So we have to deal with the fallout. So.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, Knife Gate Stories. Greg Tut.
Well, and the thing about this show, it's a hurt and a healing type show because you're gonna have to put. Sometimes you gotta say. Sometimes speaking it out to people can heal you. So, you know what I mean. So, you call this. I think you can call this show like a gift and a curse.
No.
So we struggle. We struggle to figure out life, and we struggle to figure out death, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, the reason why I say the gift is a gift to be able to speak it out and get it off your chest.
I was talking to the cat, Troy. I wasn't talking about you. I'm sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, get it off your chest because once you get it off your chest, the healing can begin. Once you talk it out, if you keep that shit in, that shit just keep building up. You don't know what possibly can happen. That's where the heart attacks happen. That's where sickness comes from. You get cancers, you get stuff like that because stress brings forth sickness.
And pimples.
That too.
You know what I mean? You gotta deal with acne. Acne. That ain't easy for everybody to deal with acne. All right, y'all. Yo, thanks for coming through.
Only thing I want to say to both of y'all, thank God for allowing us to do this show tonight. But I just ask God to when we wake up tomorrow, make us better people today than we was yesterday.
All right, peace, everybody. Have a good one. I'm out. Bye.
All right.
Okay.
Peace, y'all. Good shit. And thanks, Keith. Keith for calling in. Keith, Troy, Kim, I appreciate you. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious May 18th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They are SPECIAL. They get the RESPECT. They get number one out the box, Chandra Barrett, and also Juanita James, Iana Banks, Stephanie Scott, Debbie Robinson, Sheila General, Loretta Nix, Kenya Kane Wiggins, Yamaya Israel, and my girl Anna Fleet. I want to say happy birthday to all of y'all, and I hope that today finds you all in good health, happiness, mind, body, soul, and spirit. And that goes out to each and every person out there born on this glorious. May 18th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. Turn up. But don't turn up too loud. Just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out. Rock on and do the damn, the rock out. Rock on and do the damn, rock out. Rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, listen, we all gotta go. And sometimes while we still here, is we might be treated as if we've already passed on. It's always a good idea to make arrangements for how your stuff is going to be allocated and how, and make sure that you have people that are close to you that will keep you well grounded and realistic, and will make sure that things are taken care of. A caretaker is a person who takes care of the things that they're supposed to for some people who can't take care of themselves. They're supposed to be trustworthy, decent, honest people. But sometimes in the midst of a tragedy, honesty takes a really, really big hit. But that's just something we got to deal with. We got to deal with it, y'all. But everything is going to be all right, man. Listen, I hope y'all enjoy listening to this show as much as I enjoy broadcasting it. Please hit the like button before y'all get on up out of here. Thanks for everybody who participated in the poll question. Like I said, peace to all my day ones, my everydays, and my brand news. I love y'all to death. Resuscitate y'all. Love y'all right back to life. We will be back tomorrow night, 1 a.m. in the morning. So make sure y'all come on through. And y'all have a good night. Be safe. Peace, y'all. Hit the like button, share the show, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget that. Good looking out, Shaws.